Hello, Waynesburg. It is 4 o'clock,
Yes.
so it's time for some Gamers Corner.
Hello, everyone.
How you
I
doing,
just
Becca?
had the intrusive thought to gargle water directly into the mic, but, my my adult brain was like, no, don't do that.
Hey, we're adults. We know how to act, don't we?
Do we?
Absolutely not. I'm a huge child in this body.
But so the Kniz and I were just talking about an incident. Not incident, that's the wrong word. A funny encounter I had with my mom. So I posted on my Instagram, I don't know if you saw it, of me with my Starbucks. I get a venti strawberry refresher with lemonade, 4 pumps of raspberry, 2 scoops of vanilla bean powder, and peach juice. Try it. It's fantastic. Anyway, so I had my Starbucks. I had my makeup set up because I love to do my makeup every day. And Markiplier because I love Markiplier.
Okay.
I have loved Markiplier since I was a child.
Same.
And he was a child.
I'm
He was
on
like
that.
22 years old.
He is getting up there in age.
He's
too.
old now. He's like 31.
I'm actually not sure how old he is.
He's 30 or 31, one of those.
Okay.
Doesn't look it. He's
No, not
a
at
handsome man. I digress. But so I posted that on my story, makeup, Markiplier, Starbucks, rinse and repeat. And my mom commented on it. She like DM'd me through Instagram and she was like, who's that man on your computer? And I was like, Markiplier. And she was like, I don't know who Marty what she said Marty Pellier. She's like, I don't know Marty Pellier. And I was like,
Nice.
Marty Pellier. And she spelled it out. I was like, I just spelled it out for you above this text. Markiplier. Where did you get Marty Pellier from? And I thought it was hilarious because my mom's like this oblivious.
That tends to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
No, it was
crazy.
so funny to me.
That is funny.
I was like, Marty Pellier. And then she knows me so well. I always tweet her euphemisms, Kellyisms, I call them, whenever, because my mom's name is Kelly, whenever she does stuff like that. Like, for instance, the saying, like, spill the tea, like, when you want gossip.
Yeah, okay.
My mom goes, pour the milk.
Pour the milk.
That's
hey. I mean, if it works, right?
Exactly. But so I tweet all the weird things she says because she says them constantly. And
We actually kept a book in my high school. We kept
Really?
a book of like, we had one kid who would just spout out random things.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, so one of the best ones that he had was so I had a friend who like liked to dress nice when he came to school, kind of thing. So
Overachiever.
yeah, he came in the one day. He went, "You look like a paraplegic." We went, "What?"
What?
He meant to call him like what do they call old people? Oh God. Oh no.
Old people. It
Yeah.
starts with P?
Yeah, it starts with P. Oh
People?
God. No. I can't remember the word. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, I know what it is.
But while you're looking that up, I just like my mom was like, "Don't tweet that I said that," and I was like, "You know me so well."
That's funny.
She didn't say I couldn't talk about it live on the radio. She just told me not to tweet it.
Hey, I mean,
We're able to say anything. Oh, I remember what I was gonna call. He told him he looked like a paraplegic. He was calling him, you look like a geriatric.
Oh,
Yes.
you look like a
Paraplegic.
paraplegic. That's intense.
It is, but like, we had there were some good ones, but that's like one of my favorite ones to tell people. You call him paraplegic. You call him geriatric.
I love that. That's something I would
Yes,
do.
but we had a bunch written down in a book, and it was. So I understand writing them down and tweeting them. That's
Yeah.
kind of funny. But we're gonna get into video games
Yeah.
because that's what this show's supposed to be about.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about video games last episode, but that's fine.
No, that's okay. But so you were talking about Markiplier,
Mhm.
and considering it's October, so
I
it's
adore
supposed
that
to
man.
be the spooky month. I
Mhm.
also enjoy him, but early Markiplier played
Mhm.
a lot of horror games.
Absolutely.
So I have 10 of some of the scariest video games that this site says are some of the
Rated.
scariest. Yes.
Yeah.
So number 10, and I'm gonna agree with it with
Mhm.
Amnesia.
Being like the least
It's number
scary of all.
10. It's
Okay.
number 10 out of
Yeah.
this list.
Sorry, my monkey brain's not working. Number 10. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't think Markiplier ever played Amnesia. That was more PewDiePie's thing.
That was
to play
more
Amnesia.
PewDiePie's thing, but it's just a horror genre, so that's kind of why I made the segue that way. But
no, you're fine. I just when I think of Amnesia, I think of 2011 through 2013 PewDiePie, skinny little bean boy without his tattoos yet, and no facial hair, and the floppy hair, and his crappy little setup in a closet
the dark
in one
room.
of his
and
one of his old apartments.
That was
and
awesome.
him doing the funny voices and speaking in what does he speak, Swedish?
Yeah, Swedish. Yeah,
he doing Swedish and Stefano.
Was that
the little golden trophy?
Okay, yeah. That one. I know because he had the barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Was obsessed with the barrels and Stefano.
When I was in the 9th or 10th grade, my friend Jasmine and I, that was all we quoted was his quotes from the Amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
So
that was all middle school.
Yeah,
That's all it was PewDiePie, because my friends were obsessed with it too. So it's kind of funny to think of that. So number 9, and this one I've never played, but I have seen and know that it is truly terrifying. Is Dead Space.
Dead Space. I believe I watched either Markiplier or Jacksepticeye play Dead Space.
Yeah.
I don't remember who, but I don't remember much about the game. Is that the one with the predator, or not the predator, the alien from
No, that's Alien.
No, I know. But it's kind of the same thing. Dead Space has an alien in it that you're running away from.
Oh no, it's you're in a dead space. So what it is a dead moon full of just controlled aliens that are mutilated and destroyed.
I'm thinking of Alien Isolation.
You're thinking of Alien Isolation.
Never mind.
Yeah. No, this game is horrifying. It's pretty much the quote is, if Resident Evil is the king of action horror, then Dead Space aimed to be the pretender to the throne.
I'm Googling it. Because I recognize the name, I've heard of it, but I guess I've never actually seen anyone play it. Interesting. Science fiction horror video game. I'm seeing some of the creatures.
Yeah, they're some of the most horrifying creatures.
No, I'm okay. You said before we started this, we were discussing the list before, and wait, is Evil Within on the list?
It's not in this.
Okay,
top
that is, I think, stupid, because Evil Within, if you've played Evil Within, that is a terrifying video game.
Absolutely.
And you said you haven't played it, right?
I've not played it, but
Okay.
I've seen some stuff on it, and I know that it is horrifying.
Well, okay, so compare the creatures from Dead Space to this. I'm showing Kniz a picture of a character called Laura from Evil Within.
Oh yeah, that's horrifying. But this is also from 2008.
When did Evil Within come out?
Dead Space is from 2008. So you can only imagine what it was like then, because video games didn't have. This was cutting edge for the time.
Okay, yeah, this was literally 8 years later. This came out 8 years later, Evil Within.
Yeah. So this is cutting edge.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's supposed to be this type of game where you're limited on all your resources, constantly being chased, and you never know what's around the next corner.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And then you have some tasks that pretty much torture the character. I believe it's the first one or the second one, but you literally have to pull information from his eye.
Ew.
So you have to put the needle through his pupil, and you do it, and if you mess it up, it kills him, and you see this horrific event happen.
Okay, that almost sounds kind of like Evil Within, because in Evil Within, whatever his name is, Casano, it's something of that range. But he has to get brain goo, as I think Markiplier calls it, brain goo, and it's this green juice, and you inject it into his brain, and you have to sit in a chair, and it's how Jesus had the crown of thorns?
Yes.
This was his crown of thorns. He sat in a chair, and a ring was put on his head that had 10 needles spun through it, and you put it on his head, and then they eject into his brain.
That's tough. I would not want. No. No.
That's how you get upgrades for the game.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I think I've seen some of that actually now. Now that I think about it. So they have number 8 as Soma, which I've never played personally and don't know a lot about it.
So I played Soma with a dear friend in LA named Steven, and honestly, it's not that scary. When
Really?
I played it, I was very underwhelmed. It's so basically, if I remember correctly, because I only played it for a couple days and it was also a year ago now. So Soma is about, you're like in an underwater facility. It's kind of like Bioshock. Have you ever?
Okay, yeah.
You're in an underwater facility, and there are these like monstrous robots that have taken over, and they're like kind of half robot, kind of like half fleshy things.
So here, I will read you this little tidbit they have on here. It says, "This is a world filled with broken machines full of glitching human consciousnesses and slimy growths." And it literally, the undersea and biotech elements that make a Bioshock comparison.
Yeah. So it does remind me of Bioshock, but it like It's, so I guess it's like the same thing as Dead Space, where it's like you don't know what's coming at you from around a corner. Like it's like the
Jump
tension,
scares.
the suspense. I didn't find it that scary though. I thought it was more goofy.
Really?
When I play a horror game, I want to be scared by the creatures. I want them to be unsettling. I want them to give me nightmares. That's the good stuff. The creatures in Soma were just kind of goofy looking.
Really?
And you eventually meet like a broken little robot that still has a human conscious in it, and it's like not like the gross ones that chase you. And do you watch Adventure Time?
Yes.
Okay, he reminds me of Nectar. What Vector, the little microwave with that Finn and Jake create, and he goes, "Master."
Yes,
that's that's what it reminds me of.
Oh God, that's funny. Yeah, I've never played this one, so
I don't recommend it.
Okay, now this one that I could not sit through, couldn't play, couldn't do it if you paid me to. Number 7 is Outlast.
You really couldn't sit through it.
I could not sit through it. I tried multiple times to sit down and watch someone play Outlast. I'd get about 2 hours in, my chest would be beating so fast that I would turn ghost white. Like I just couldn't do it because I can't deal with suspense. Because the game's honestly slow. It's a slow paced game.
It's drawn out.
Yeah. So
but
and I just can't handle it, man.
No, literally. Actually, if I think about it, Outlast is probably what got me into horror video games, because I watched 3 different people play that game because how much I loved it. I originally watched PewDiePie play it, then Markiplier, and then Jacksepticeye.
Then there were a million others that played
but like those were my 3 main favorites. And Outlast, like I just like was obsessed. Like Outlast became like my comfort game. Like if I had a bad day at school in high school, I would go home, turn on PewDiePie playing Outlast, and just watch that playlist of him playing it because it's just so good. So have you seen the end of the game?
I don't believe I have.
So I'm assuming you haven't played the second?
Oh no.
Oh no, both games are, so like for those of you who don't know, Outlast is a game so the first one tells the tale of a reporter named Miles. I don't remember his last name, but he goes to an insane asylum somewhere in the middle of the mountains. I can't remember what they're called. And it's supposed to be abandoned, I believe. Something like that. And he goes to see like what's going on. And he ends up getting trapped in the insane asylum because there's this, I don't know if it's a person. He's like a creature type thing, and he's massive. He kind of reminds me of the guy from Resident Evil that's like in the
Nemesis.
He reminds me of Nemesis.
That's interesting.
But he chases you throughout the entire game, so you have him on your butt the entire game.
Yeah.
Little pig. He's so gross and scary. And what is it? There's
a bunch of little guys too, though.
Yeah, there are like various different little like there's the doctor that cuts off your fingers. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
There's like various little mini bosses, including the guy that follows you around, and then there's the weird pastor.
Yeah.
I see, as a Christian, I always get offended when they portray Christians as these psycho people with like a passion for Christ, and it's like I'm like that's not how it works.
I'm just reading this like it's available. They remade it for the Switch?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, they have it on pretty much all platforms. Period.
That's crazy.
That's how popular it is. The second one was even better. It was about heretics, so like Satanists versus Christians, and you're in the middle of the woods.
That's interesting. I've seen a little bit about it, but that one I've not watched it.
And they're making a third.
Anything about. Oh, really?
But the third is a multiplayer.
Oh, that'll be
interesting. I said that weird. Multiplayer. So you get to play with other people, and you're being chased by psychopaths back in the original insane asylum from the first game.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
I want to play so bad. So bad.
But number 6 is one that I believe you said you liked, which is Silent Hill, and they're talking about the second one, which
Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head, yeah.
Dude, Pyramid Head.
I think that's one of the greatest monsters in.
I wouldn't say he's the greatest. I definitely say he's one of the scariest.
Recognizable, yeah.
Yeah, like the only reason why I know Pyramid Head is because I used to sit. I believe I've mentioned this before. At like 5 and 6 years old, I would watch my older sister play Silent Hill, and I'd be like, "That man's funny looking. He has a pyramid on his head." My sister'd be like, "Shush, don't talk."
That's funny, but yeah, I mean that's an interesting one. I never played it. Now, at number 5, and I kind of agree with it to an extent, is Resident Evil 2, but they're talking about the remake, which I also didn't realize that the first Resident Evil 2, the first time it was released, was 20 years ago for the PlayStation original.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. Now, I played the second Resident Evil.
The original.
Like Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
The original.
Okay.
I was never a big fan of the
I didn't
Resident
like
Evil
it.
series. I just don't like that series in general.
It's not that I don't like the series. I don't like how, I guess, the camera work in that game, like how it's like from the corner of a room perspective. Yeah. I don't like that. They fixed that like in the 3rd or 4th one where you don't have that anymore. I started enjoying the games after that, but
It's the 5th one. The 5th one. Because even in Resident Evil 4 they did it.
No, because in Resident Evil 4 you're in that Spanish village and you...
Yeah, the camera angles were still awful. I mean, they were
But it wasn't
better.
from like the corner of a room perspective.
Okay,
That's what I hated.
I'll give you that. But they were
still bad.
Still bad.
What do you not like about the series?
I don't know. I just think it was kind of weird. I just could never get behind it. I never got a firm understanding of what was truly happening.
Zombies.
That's about it.
Yeah, just like Walking Dead, drawn out zombies.
Yeah, zombies are so
overdone,
and that's kind of probably why I couldn't get behind it.
I was exposed to Resident Evil really late in the game. Like in life, I didn't play the original games until I was probably like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
And at that point, Resident Evil 7 was out. So that was actually the first one I ever saw. So when I went back and I saw like how different it was, I was like, why is Biohazard like a completely different story set than the first 6?
I think, honestly, they kept the Resident Evil name, but it's really not what I think it is. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of it because it's kind of weird, in my opinion. But we're gonna move on to number 4.
You like jumping around. I'm ready to still discuss Resident Evil.
Oh, well, go on. Go ahead.
No, I don't remember. Continue.
But number 4 is, well, this was a test game kind of thing, and all it is the name of the game is just PT. Now, you kind of walk around a haunted house, and other than that, I've never played it. It's kind of an odd one, though.
Okay, so from my understanding, PT was going to be made by the same people who made Silent Hill. I don't remember the guy's last name. It starts with a K, though. No, I'm fixing my hair because I'm a lady. What's it called? PT was a demo. So, like, I remember a demo came out for the game, and a couple of different people, like, famous YouTubers played it, and I watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking too fast. And, I wasn't impressed with the game. I didn't think it was that scary. I mean, like, it would, like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of jump scares. Like, I prefer action. But what sucked was that was supposed to be the next line in the Silent Hill games.
Yeah.
And when did the demo come? That demo came out in, like, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And we still have heard nothing.
As far as I know, they're not going to do anything about it with the game because it's just kind of been sitting idle for a long time. But I watched quite a bit of this, and it was kind of interesting because it had a good, there was a lot that it could have potentially done. There was a lot of potential to it. They just never did anything with it, kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't know.
I'm surprised PT even made the list because, in my opinion, like Evil Within, there are so many other better, scarier games.
That kind of shocked me too. I think it was the suspense aspect because of how suspenseful it is.
I suppose. I thought that game was derpy. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Number 3 kind of shocked me.
What is it?
Alien Isolation.
That's because that was the game that I was thinking of before. But again with like being chased by an alien, and it's like, oh, run away, but it's like that gets boring after a while.
Exactly, and that was my thing. It gets boring.
It's the only antagonist in the entire game. It's like, all right.
And there's playthroughs where you could go and only see it once.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm not the biggest fan of this idea for this game, but I don't know. I don't. We don't even have to spend a lot of time on that one because it's just kind of, in my opinion. I know a lot of people were obsessed with it and played through it like multiple times, but I find
I didn't get. I didn't get that bad.
Yeah, neither did I. Number 2 is one that I know a lot of people were freaked out by and found it weird, and it's Layers of Fear.
I've never heard of that game.
See, this is one I've heard a little bit about, but I don't know a lot about it. It's like, this says, the gothic story unravels slowly as you play an unnamed artist returning home.
Oh, wait, I think I have heard of this.
It's like your artwork is kind of haunted and stuff like that.
Interesting.
There's a couple interesting ones that you can go back and talk about. I'm trying to remember the one. Oh, it was one of the PewDiePie ones.
Yes.
With the wooden art figures.
Amnesia?
That's not Amnesia now.
Wooden art figures.
Yeah.
Like that's the antagonist of the game?
No, you don't ever see the antagonist. You're like kind of an art. You're like an art collector, and you have a bunch of art in your house, but you also create art. So it's like this metal structure that starts moving around, couple chairs. Oh, man. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember what you're talking about. Well, I shouldn't say remember. I said I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think. There were, there's so many. But one of the things that like move around a lot is these wooden little figures, and you're supposed to like paint them.
Oh.
I can't remember what it is.
Oh. The priest from Outlast
Someone's
is here.
Someone's brought in an extremely tall priest.
The priest from Outlast is here.
Man, I know what this game is, but I will tell you what it is in a minute because I know that you really like this game.
Mm-hmm.
I watched quite a bit of this. Number 1, Resident Evil 7 is what they're calling one of the scariest games currently.
I do really enjoy that game. It's got some, like, I really like various elements of fear in games, and they really brought a lot to the table with that game, which I really enjoyed and appreciated, with between being chased by Mia with her 2 different personalities, and the psycho family, and the weird grandma in the wheelchair that sits in the corner, and the little girl, and just like, and the creatures that are in that, which I'm like, how does that tie into any other Resident Evil game? But no, yeah, I definitely could agree that is probably one of the scariest games of the latest generation.
I agree with that completely because, I didn't play it because it just isn't my genre.
You really
of
should.
game.
It's good.
But I watched most of it because it wasn't as horrifying. It took. Ooh, bumping the mic. It has, the whole fight scene with the crazy family, the father, in the garage.
Yeah.
That
took forever.
But it's one of the best sequences.
Really?
I think it's one of the better sequences of the game.
I like when he chases you through the house with the axe.
Yeah, and then it ends there.
I didn't like the final boss fight with him because it took so long to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of drawn out boss fights. I want bam, 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 get it done. Like, I hate when games do the thing where it's like you're fighting a boss and they'll get to like half their health and then they have like upgrade. Yeah. And then their health bar fills up again. It's like,
It's a 2-stage fight. Yeah.
Yes.
The worst. So the game I was talking about is just called Paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
These are the wooden figures.
Oh
they
my
move
gosh.
around a lot. PewDiePie names them Jeremy.
Look at baby Pewds.
Literally, wait, let's look.
I don't remember
what
that
year?
game.
2012.
I don't remember that game, but I do remember baby Pewds looking like that, and like how old? He's probably like our age in that video, like 21, 22.
Yeah.
That's so weird to
Crazy,
think.
isn't it? So the premise of the game is it's one of those games where you get up, you're you're awake for part of it. You go through and like you witness like the events happen, and then either your camera dies or you go to bed.
Oh.
During the night, things move. You hear what's going on, and then you wake up, and it's different things going on. Literally, what it is pretty much a demon haunting the house. So you see the wooden figures in a pentagram shape with fire shooting up.
That's nice.
Weird. But, yeah, those were the 10 games that they thought were some of the craziest.
Well, you know what? Well, are there any games you would add to that list that aren't there?
Here's one that I just thought of. Now, it's not truly a horror game, but it's creepy.
Yeah.
And it's We Happy Few.
I've never heard of that.
Okay. So the concept of this game is the government and like the world is suppressing you. You're supposed to take these pills, and it's just kind of gray and gloomy. And if you don't take them, the color comes back, but the officials start chasing you around, and like the more you're off of them, the more real stuff you see, and it's like really kind of creepy, and it's just kind of a weird game. I believe that's what it is.
I've never heard of that, but I'll take your word for it. I am upset that Until Dawn was not included on that list.
Yeah, that's
because that game was terrifying.
I agree. I have a feeling it was much later, like much earlier in the list, because it was 31.
Huh?
There were 31 games on that list, but I only wanted to do the top 10.
Oh, what? I thought it was just okay. Well, Until Dawn should have been in the top 10. Replace Soma with Until Dawn.
I agree.
Or even Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation. That's the one I'd boot off the list.
Yeah, toss that one out.
Did you play Dying Light?
No, I had heard of it, though. That's with zombies, right?
Yeah, it's zombies, but they have like the volatile, which only comes out at night. He is one of the more interesting ones because he's got like no known weaknesses other than.
I thought you were going to say he doesn't have a nose.
Okay, this is one of the weirdest games, and now I'm looking through this stuff. The Forest. Do you know what that is?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay.
Is that a Slender Man type thing?
No. It's like run-of-the-mill survival game. Kind of looks like Ark or something like that. But then the story unravels, and I think you crashed on this island. You have to look for survivors or something to this extent. But there's a bunch of random creatures that roam about this island or wherever you're on.
Island.
Please look at Virginia.
That looks exactly like Laura from...
Yes.
No, wait, do you know what that reminds me of?
Please tell me.
Okay, you've never played Evil Within, which hurts my heart. But whoever has played Evil Within would know that in the first game, there is a boss. I think she's part of the DLC. There is a character that is similar to Nemesis or whoever that follows you around in the games, or in Silent Hill, that one guy that follows you through the walls and is creepy. There is a character like that called Shade in Evil Within, and I have to show you a picture of her. When I first saw her, I was like, okay, that's partially creepy, partially terrifying.
Yeah.
Before I show you the picture, I'll verbally describe it for our audience. The gist of it was, Shade used to be a nurse, and then when the Evil Within stuff kind of hit the fan, and the reality started warping because of the bad guy, I don't remember his name, Lester?
I'm not
Is that his name,
sure.
Lester?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't remember his name, but when that all started happening, she, like, I don't know if she got possessed or cursed or something, but so basically it's a woman in fishnet stockings with a, like, imagine an old-timey submarine suit, scuba suit. She's got fishnets, a nurse's outfit, like a ripped nurse's outfit, and then the head of the old scuba suit on her head. And it's like a head, like what are they called? The towers that watch towers.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Lighthouses?
Oh my God. Lighthouse. Yeah, it looks like a lighthouse.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
So what's funny about her, though, I'll have to make you watch a clip afterwards.
Okay.
Is when she chases you, she, like, doesn't have arms. So she, like, crab runs after you with her legs spread really far. And she makes noises like, hey.
That's funny.
And it's like that she's not scary. She's just funny. But it is scary when she finds you, because then she goes, woo. woo,
Oh yeah.
woo, and
oh,
like
she's
her,
like one of those ones that called others
yeah,
to you.
and her light turns red,
Yeah.
and she goes, "I'm gonna find you."
Oh.
And so it's like a little creepy, but also
Yeah.
really funny. And someone made like a parody of like her dancing, and it's hilarious.
That's gotta be funny. I know. You brought up Bioshock, and Bioshock wasn't the scariest game. It was
Absolutely
pretty.
not.
It was kind of weird.
It was annoying. I
But-
didn't like that game.
One of the hardest bosses, like one of the hardest things to fight, were the Big Daddies.
Yes.
They were like,
Yes.
they're the whole concept behind a Big Daddy is kind of creepy.
I
but
couldn't finish the game because of the Big Daddies. Like, I got to my first real big boss fight, and I just left the game because I was like, or not left the game, but like I stopped playing the game because I was like, this is too hard. Like, it's like what's that game that's like notorious for being hard?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Yeah, it's like Dark Souls. Why? I am not coordinated.
It's
like,
hard.
Stop. Benvenidos. That means good morning in Spanish. I don't. Ayúdame. Help me.
I don't know.
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird, but the whole premise behind them is interesting because, like, everyone in the game, including you, possesses Adam, which is like,
yeah,
the
being.
The being, yeah. And their job is to protect. The Big Daddies protect the little sisters,
Big Daddy.
which is kind of weird because the
Yeah.
little sisters are just these little demon creatures, in my opinion, that harvest the Adam from the people that the Big Daddies kill.
Yeah, and they collect 'em.
It's really weird. I don't know. There's just there's some interesting ones. Didn't you? What was one of the ones you had a good monster from a video game? What
It was Laura,
Oh, was
the
it Laura?
Spider Woman.
Yeah, that was.
She's terrifying. I had nightmares about her the first time I played Evil Within.
really
Yeah, I don't. Well, first of all, I hate bugs.
makes sense.
I absolutely. Kniz and I are in a class together, and a wasp got into the room, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the first time it happened, I was like, I'm allergic to bees. Can someone please kill that? And our professor was just like, it won't bother you. And I was like, ah!
But it
and then
will.
it dive bombed my head, and I screamed and ducked for cover, and it was
Yeah.
really embarrassing. But then someone killed it, which I was grateful for. But so yeah, I hate bugs, loathe them, especially if they have wings. And Laura looks like a spider. And
She does.
It's
weird.
No, and she screams when she chases you.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
There's a lot of creepy, monsters out there.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about a little earlier about Until Dawn
Yes.
with the Wendigo. I also didn't realize the game was based on the butterfly effect.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I didn't know that.
Have
I've
you ever
never played
okay,
it or
you've never
watched
played
it
the game.
because-
But you never watched it either.
No.
What the?
Like, I know what the Wendigo. I've seen the clips where like because
You
they
need to
react.
watch someone play the
They
full
react
game.
to the light. They react to like light and movement or
They
something.
react
like
to fire.
Is that what it is?
Oh, you're talking. They have thermal.
Yeah.
They're technically blind, but they see heat signatures.
Yeah.
So if you stay still, they can't see you.
Yeah.
But if you run, then you light up orange, and they're like, "Ah!"
Yeah, there were. Oh my god, yeah, I've seen that. Like, clip. Like, it's like, I know there's ones like sometimes you sacrifice yourself or let her die. A bunch of, because it's like so many different scenarios you can go through because of the butterfly effect.
You can. I believe there is about 7 different endings.
Yeah, I've heard there's
Or-
a ton of stuff.
No, 7's too little. It's. I don't know. I'd have to Google it, but there are various different endings,
Yeah, I
kind of
know.
like what Cyberpunk is going to be like.
Yeah.
Depending on your actions. And when I played it, unfortunately, not everyone survived when I played because,
Is there a way to do it?
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. PewDiePie and Markiplier both
Oh,
played
cool.
it so that they got the best ending. And there's also a secret ending you can get, which I thought was the creepiest part of it.
I don't remember this one. I think I saw it, but I don't remember.
Well,
it.
can I spoil it for
Yeah,
you?
go
Or,
ahead, I
okay,
don't
so spoilers if you've never seen or played Until Dawn, but the game's so old by now, so if you haven't, boo-hoo. But so the secret ending is, do you know all the characters and all of that?
I know some. Yeah, most
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
So the gist of it is, there are like 7 or 8 friends at the Washington cabin, and the Washingtons are Josh, Hannah, and Beth. Hannah and Beth are twins, and Josh is
Yes.
their older brother.
Yes.
But so at the secret ending is that, and I mean, if you've never played the game, it's okay. So I guess I'm
Oh,
just gonna
okay,
spoil
tell
the whole
me.
game for you. So Hannah and Beth apparently at the beginning of the game fall to their death off a cliff after being chased by Wendigos, but you don't know it's a Wendigo.
Yeah.
You think it's a psychopath because there's like a man with like a flamethrower or something. And so they fall off a cliff, and like the game makes you think that they died, but as the game progresses, you find out that Hannah turned into a Wendigo.
Oh.
She survived the fall off the cliff and ended up so the legend in the video game is when you eat human flesh, you get possessed by the spirit. So Hannah was down in a cave with her dead sister, and she was starving to death. So
Ate her sister.
she dug up her sister's body and ate her, and that's when she got possessed by the spirit, and she turned into a Wendigo. Now in the game, 2 or 3 different things can happen when Josh interacts with Hannah as a Wendigo. She either recognizes him and she drags him away, and you're kind of like, oh, I guess she's gonna kill him, like what is she doing with him? Or she takes his head in her hands and crushes it.
I knew there were. I think I've seen that ending.
But so the secret ending, if you get the option where she drags him away, the secret ending is that she brought him to a cave and left him there, and one of the theories is that she wanted the spirit to possess him so they could be together.
Yeah.
And the secret ending is like the police force like looking for like bodies and stuff, and like I guess looking for the Wendigos. I don't really remember. And they find Josh in the mines, slowly turning into a Wendigo. So he still looks like a person at this point, but he's got the like really messed up mouth with all the jagged teeth,
yeah.
And his eyes are starting to turn like the creepy color.
White, yeah.
And then he eats them, and the game ends.
There were a lot of crazy endings for that game that I just think
Love
are
it.
absolutely weird. Now, we talk about Dark Souls a lot, but we need to talk about the other version of Dark Souls that there is.
What's the other version? I'm dying.
Bloodborne.
Oh, I've never played.
Okay, I've played it a little bit. It's got some of the weirdest looking bosses that you can get. Like, I have just a bunch of images pulled up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of
They're
weird
cool.
ones. Yeah, and I honestly think if the games weren't so hard,
It'd be fun.
they'd be fun.
More fun, I should say.
Yeah.
You have to be a special type of breed to like really thoroughly enjoy Bloodborne,
Dark Souls,
Shadows Die, or Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
Like those 3 games, you really have to be a special breed to be like like them for what they are.
You have to like to torture yourself
Yes.
because it's just awful. You know, it's so hard to deal with.
I'd also like to apologize if I'm breathing heavily in the mic. I'm wearing a belt and it's too tight, and I'm like struggling to breathe, but it keeps me skinny. Actually, I'm gonna do the belt. There we go. It's fine. Oh, it's better.
You're ridiculous.
It's like I keep having to like move away from the mic to go breathe in.
I don't know. It's just weird. It's nice to go back and think about some of these games, because I don't look at a lot of the horror games and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a weenie and I don't like to watch horror movies. My roommate actually was watching this new TV show on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called. It's like the story of Lorona or something like that. It's not
La Llorona.
Yeah, that.
Oh, the crying mother or something like that.
I don't know if it is that. It's a TV show. It's not a movie, because I remember a movie came out recently called La Llorona.
Yeah, La Llorona is.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm deaf. I'm sorry. No, it's not that. It's a TV show on Netflix, and I don't remember what it's called. I'd have to Google it. But it's about this American woman named Rebecca. Hey, that's me. She goes to live with a British family in England, and she becomes their governess, which is like a nanny. And the kids.
Is she African?
No, she's white. And the kids are creepy. And I didn't watch it because I'm a weenie, but like from the gist that I understand, like I guess like the little girl can control demons, and like they appear in mirrors and stuff. And it's really creepy. And my roommate actually had nightmares last night, and she woke me up because of it. And she was like, oh, I shouldn't have watched that TV show. And she also said that my snoring, yes, I do snore, sounded like a woman faintly calling for help.
Oh my god.
And I was like, it's probably because that stupid show you watch.
Okay, so it's called The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh, I guess that's it.
That is it, because Rebecca is also an African lady.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's
I mean,
light skin.
I
This girl, right?
Well, I didn't actually watch it. I heard it. I'm on the other side of the room just listening.
But yeah, like
I'm sorry, I've never met someone not white named Rebecca.
Well,
Not to.
You're ridiculous.
you're ridiculous. But anyway, she like the whole premise is like she's getting driven. Like I watched the trailer for it. 'Cause
Okay.
It looked interesting, and
Yeah.
like, what it is she drives up and she's like, "How are the kids?" He goes, "Well, the parents didn't come home." Something like that. Like something had happened to their parents. But like he's like, "No, but how are they?" He's like, "Well, she talks to the wallpaper and
Oh.
he does something else." I was like, "Oh, this seems weird."
And they lock her in a closet or something. Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch it.
I don't know. It's like, the whole phenomenon, Stranger Things.
Yeah. Oh, well, so my point to that was I don't like scary TV shows or movies because that's more realistic to me. Whereas Pixels are like, they're scary, but they're not as scary.
Yeah. I
The
see
only video game that has really left me shaken up and like kind of not able to sleep is Evil Within, because it's kind of like a psychological thriller horror type of thing. So like it's got the mind messing with you aspects, and it's kind of like, oh, that's nice. And then also Until Dawn, because the Wendigos, like I really
Horrifying.
have an affinity for like mythical creatures, and like if you're scary looking, I don't know, I'm the type of person where I believe that like supernatural stuff is out there. Like we talked about this last episode.
Yeah, we talked about this last
I
week.
100% believe skinwalkers are real, and it's terrifying, and I think Wendigos are pretty real too, because like how much of the earth have we really fully truly explored, especially at night? Like we have no idea what's out there.
Hey,
And whenever
It's weird.
I actually, have you ever heard a fox scream?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Foxes are horrifying.
I love foxes. They're
No.
little babies.
But their screams are horrifying.
Oh, yeah. No, it's loud, and it sounds like someone being murdered. I was at a friend's house in high school right after I'd played Until Dawn, because Until Dawn came out in, like, what, 2016?
older game, yeah.
But it was, like, right after I'd played the game, so, like, I had the we're in
The
a-
adrenaline was still there.
Yeah, and, like, I very distinctly
It's like
remember
a
the
little bit of
sound of a
PTSD.
Wendigo. Yes, exactly, PTSD of a Wendigo screaming, because I can actually do it, but I'm not going to do it now because I'll pierce your eardrums.
Good.
And I heard, and my friend, like, lives in, like, a woodier area, and I heard a fox scream, but I didn't know it was a fox, and I was like, that's a Wendigo.
What is
that? Is a
happening?
Wendigo. That is a Wendigo. I need
We're
to get in my
gonna-
car and go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And I ran to my car, and I was like, no, 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 no. And I'm thinking in my head, my heat signature, it's going to find me and kill me. It's fine.
No, it's funny.
It'd be a quick death.
Just because I live in the middle of nowhere,
Yes.
it's interesting because we have a lot of coyote around us. You go outside and
there
you
are
just...
coyotes in Pennsylvania?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
No.
There are a ton of coyotes in the Appalachian Mountains.
Really?
Yes. Like a ridiculous amount.
I thought that was a West Coast thing.
No.
Coyotes.
No.
Really?
Yeah, there are coyotes there are probably coyotes within a mile from us.
I mean,
now.
I know we have mountain lions in Pennsylvania.
Nope, they're rarer than coyotes.
Really?
Yeah. There are more coyote than mountain lion in PA.
Interesting.
Because-
we don't even have wolves here. That's annoying.
No, but you go outside. Like, I would go outside at night. You can go out at 11 o'clock at night and you just hear them howling. They don't howl. They, like, yip.
I love coyotes.
It's a horrifying sound in the middle of the
Really?
night. Because they
No,
come within...
I'd probably yip with them.
They
I'm a
come
dog person.
within 100 yards of my house. They run through the fields.
Do you have like chickens or anything?
No.
I don't remember seeing anything. Like
No, we don't have chickens, but they don't like cows because cows will kick the crap out of them.
Oh yeah, no, coyotes
But-
are small.
Yeah, but have you ever heard pigs scream?
No, coyotes go after cow or pigs.
They don't go after pigs, but at night,
Pigs are like,
no, it is nothing like that. Pigs scream like a small child.
that's terrifying.
Terrifying. Because I've never had pigs, but I know people who have had pigs, and I've like been at their house when they've had pigs, and if literally if anything gets into the pen, like where the
They
pigs are kept,
scream.
they just start screaming.
Me
So it
too.
sounds like multiple small children screaming at the top of their lungs. Horrifying
Ugh.
sound to hear in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I could believe that. No, I wouldn't be afraid if I heard coyotes howling, or because I know what you're talking about. I mean, like I've heard like TV shows and stuff with them going. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh no, this is worse because there's like 20, 40
I
doing
don't
it at the
know.
same
Like
time.
I would be that really stupid person that like I wouldn't run up to a coyote and be like, "Pappy!"
Yeah.
But I wouldn't probably be as afraid as I probably should be. Like why I got bit by a squirrel a couple days ago or like a couple weeks ago, because I'm just like not
That's
like
healthy.
I don't have self-preservation. Like when I see animals, I'm like, I want to touch it.
Gotta touch it. Yeah,
Unless
I
it
get
scares me, then I don't want to touch it. But like with animals that I'm like,
They look soft and squishy.
yeah, and like coyotes, like totally could tear my face off. You could not trust me around a wolf. If I saw a wolf, I would dart up to
Run
it.
up at it.
Well, probably not run because then it would attack me, but like slowly. And I know what to do. You keep your eyes down, you don't make eye contact, and you slowly shuffle up to it with your head down, because that's like a submission type of thing.
Yeah.
And then they won't kill you. And then I want to touch its
As
head.
quickly, they won't kill you.
Yeah, and then I touch its head, and then I run. And then run.
Did you see that? There's a video right now going kind of viral, and just because we're on this whole,
Yes.
animals, of the guy getting stalked by the mountain lion.
Yes, I saw that on Twitter.
It's horrifying.
Okay, but so do you know the full story behind that?
I don't know the whole.
Okay, so originally I was like, ooh, his goose is cooked. But after reading up on it, apparently he was on a hike, and that was a mother lion.
Yeah, you can
mountain
hear
lion.
him telling him to go back to the babies.
Yeah, apparently what he didn't show was him walking up to her cubs and trying to touch them.
Oh well,
So
she
like,
should have ate him.
yeah, I was like, okay, that warrants you being stalked by a mountain lion.
Yeah, really.
And if you look at her posture, she's not actually trying to hurt him. She's just telling him, get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
Because if she wanted to, she would have ran up to him and killed him. She was
absolutely.
So like him walking backwards away from her, and her like you see her like flap her paws at him.
Yeah, smacks the
That's
ground
like
to
her
make
saying
noise.
like, go, get out of here.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, but
I really liked when he goes, no, no.
I was
He's
like-
literally telling this mountain lion no, and I'm like, honey, she ain't listening. You're her breakfast.
there's just, I know, you think about, we talk about games all the time and how it's unreal, not real, but like then there's
Yeah.
crap like that goes on that is true. Now, in the last few minutes,
Yeah.
you said Slender Man.
I hate Slenderman.
I just thought of it, but that was a whole phenomenon about, I don't know, not even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There was an obsession.
And those girls killed their
Their friend,
schoolmate or
yeah,
whatever.
their schoolmate or whatever because of this.
Oh, she didn't die apparently.
Oh, she didn't?
No, I guess not.
Oh,
Well, they
interesting.
tried to kill her. Yeah.
I was gonna say there's the 19 times. There's a whole documentary about them. Like,
Oh, there's a documentary on it.
yeah,
I
they
didn't know that.
attempted. They attempted to kill her, but I guess they didn't succeed. And it's like, but like all the games that were created were like terrifying.
Of Slender Man?
I mean, they were creepy, and again, the suspense that kills me.
Slender Man to me is just as goofy as Siren Head.
Well, it is goofy because it's just it
It's
was made by.
not
I think they were
scary.
made by the same person.
I don't know, but
I'm not sure.
like
but
and like the Slender Man movie they made, I was like, what is this BS? This is stupid.
it was pretty dumb. But I mean, the whole you have to talk about the phenomenon because they were horror games and they were at least interesting and half decent.
No.
You didn't think they were any good?
No. Remember, I'm picky.
You are picky. Half decent or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Staso says that the game. I mean, and I.
Oh well, if Nick Staso says so.
no,
then I
I
better
mean it's
shut
just
up.
a third party opinion because you're a picky person when it
Yeah.
comes to your games.
I'm a picky video game player. I'm a picky, food
movie
eater.
and a movie watcher.
Yeah, and movie watcher. I'm
You're
picky
just
everything.
Picky in general.
It's true. I really am. I'm a lady. I don't know why this made me think of like it. Like it's scary to me. The clown.
See,
Not
I
Tim
did not-
Curry, but Bill Skarsgård.
I did
thing he
not
does with his
find
eyes.
it that scary.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what wasn't scary? The scene at the end where Beverly wakes up in his little children dungeon and he's
Yeah.
like dancing. I
Yeah.
was like, why?
I just
Why?
do not think that either version, the older version or the newer version.
Well, the Tim Curry version I don't think was supposed to be scary.
I don't think it was supposed to be.
Was it?
Yes, it was. I don't think
mm,
either of them are that scary.
I see Tim Curry as a Nigel Thornberry.
Like-
so I
Stephen King has written much scarier things.
don't think any of his stuff is scary except it.
I don't know. I mean,
Like I didn't think Pet Sematary was scary at all.
the book, like the story, no. The movie apparently is horrifying. I've never seen
Yeah.
it.
your dead pet coming back to life. Ooh, scary.
I don't know. But
Save me.
again, your picking is coming out.
Yeah. I want something that's gonna make me want to scream.
I think the dumbest thing about it, though, is his weakness. Courage. Come on.
Oh, yeah. That's like...
You couldn't have come up with anything better.
Yeah, I know. I'm not afraid of you!
Yes.
And he's like...
Yes. So
No.
dumb.
I think it's funny. I don't think the ending is scary, but I think the initial part, especially when they're going through the house looking for him, and he like manifests their fears. That to me was freaky because like I don't like because like you put yourself in their shoes, and I'm thinking like what would he be for me? Probably like. Never mind. I almost said something I can't.
See, mine is easy, and mine is ridiculous.
What?
But I can't deal with them.
Cheese grater.
Dolls.
Dolls.
Ugh.
Really? You don't like dolls?
Can't stand them. Doesn't matter what kind of doll it is.
Creepy.
Doesn't matter what kind of doll it is. I can't look at them.
I don't like the ones where it's like their eyes follow you
Nope.
when you walk.
Not even that. I can't do any type of doll.
I think mine would probably be just like
Yours is bugs.
no. 'Cause
Yes,
like,
it is. It
No,
would
my
100%
ultimate
be.
fear would probably be death. So it would probably just be like the clown itself being like, "Rah!"
Just be black. You wouldn't be able to just take your vision, take your hearing.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That'd
If
be
it
it.
took my vision and hearing and I became the next, never mind, I can't say that. That's not PC. But if it made me blind and mute, that would be endgame for me. I would curl up and be like, all right, eat me.
No, it
Ready
just
to go.
paralyzes you, blind and deaf, to simulate death.
No.
That would be the end for you.
Yeah.
But dolls. My thing is dolls. I can't handle it.
Judging you.
I don't care. I do not care. I just cannot handle dolls. Can't look at them. You know, my mom only has 2 dolls that sit in the whole house.
Why does your mother have dolls?
No, they were given to her by her grandmother, so they hang
sentimental value.
they hang in our kitchen on a swing. Cannot look at them. And they're not like creepy dolls either. I just can't
Yeah.
look at them.
If I ever come to your house, I'm gonna take them and hide them around the place. Put them in your room.
We will fight.
When you sleep.
We will get into a fight. Okay. But I think we got to finish it up.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Don't wear tight pants.
That's
My
always
only advice.
That's a reasonable amount
If
of
you're under
advice.
120 pounds, I guess you can. But if you're, no, not even that. If you're,
Just don't wear tight pants in
yeah,
general.
just don't wear tight pants. Tight pants
All
are
right.
fun.
Okay, everybody.
I'm dying inside.
Catch us back here again next Wednesday at 4
I guess.
till 5.
Hopefully, we won't be late again.
Nah, I think we'll be all right next week. But yes, Catch Gamers Corner. So thanks, everybody. And coming up next, we have Nick Staso. See you, everybody.
Bye.